Love's labor jeopardized.
Priority message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
A raid across the Romulan neutral zone has placed Starfleet Research Station Ark 7 in jeopardy. Proceed immediately to Ark 7 and determine the status of the station. Good luck, Jim.
Romulans in the neutral zone? That doesn't ever bode well. Welcome back to Star Trek. I don't know what this adventure is. Let's go find out where we need to go. Alright, so we need to find, what was it, Ark 7? When the Federation starbase was attacked, or outpost. Ark 7 is in sector number 3, which is, I'm trying to read this map. I believe, oh crap. I believe it's right there. If I'm wrong, we're gonna find out in a hurry.
We have arrived at Ark 7. Romulan ship decloaking, Captain.
Uh-oh.
Message from the Romulan ship, sir.
Treachery. We are aware of Federation plans. Prepare to die.
They're arming weapons, Captain.
Hail them, Uhura.
No response, Captain.
Raise shields.
Raising shields.
Weapons armed.
Arming weapons.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Where the hell are these Romulan bastards? I didn't even do anything to them. Well, you can't trust Romulans. Was that, was that speciesist? I think it was. But traditionally, Romulans are not very trustworthy. Where are you bastards hiding? He's gotta be out here somewhere. I'm gonna slow down so you can turn. Oh, there they are. No, don't turn around and hit me with plasma stuff. We could be in trouble.
They activated a self-destruct device rather than be captured, Captain.
Resuming course to Ark 7, Captain.
Captain, there is an auto beacon broadcasting from the station.
Warning. Warning. As per UFP Regulation 342-1888564.3, Paragraph 3, this base is currently under a Class 3 biohazard alert. All personnel are ordered to stay away from this base unless they are part of a biohazard response team.
Hail them, Uhura.
Message from Ark 7, sir.
I am Centurion Ardea Preax of the Romulan Empire. We have discovered your genocide factory here and have summoned help to destroy it. Our lives will not be sacrificed in vain.
Spock, what is he talking about? Is this like the Genesis place? It's too early for that, isn't it?
Captain, sensors indicate a breathable atmosphere in the space station. It seems that whatever Ark 7's intentions, it managed to create a biohazard that is deadly to Romulans. 17 humans and 10 Romulans are on the station. The humans are all in perfect health, so it seems we can beam over without any fear of contamination.
Interesting. I don't think we can get anybody else's stuff. I guess we might as well beam over there?
Captain, the shields are up.
Damn it, Sulu! Just lower the shields. You know when I want to go?
Lowering shields, Captain.
Making me look stupid?
Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the comm.
Bye, Mr. Kyle. We'll be back. I don't know if the red shirt will be. Interesting. Why is there a Romulan thing on the view screen?
A Romulan bird of prey hovers menacingly on the view screen. This computer terminal is linked into the station's main computer. It is currently running an open file of log programs.
And who is the new red shirt?
Lieutenant Ferris watches the exits carefully.
This is a very dangerous situation, sir. We should proceed with caution.
Nothing unusual here, Captain, though the station's computer may be able to tell us something.
Nice view of the Romulan ship. How comforting.
Strange that the bridge is empty. Stay sharp, everyone. The station's computer system might give us some answers.
That's Captain Kirk's version of "Stay frosty, son." Inventory. Spock, use your tricorder on the computers.
The main computer banks of the Ark 7. It looks like someone has recently been rummaging through the main databanks.
Dr. Marcus log. Supplemental. Continued testing of the Ouroboros virus confirms its potential harmful effects on Romulan Vulcan humanoids. As soon as the spill has been cleaned up, we will sterilize both labs and purge the circulation system to make sure no traces of the virus will remain viable. Then all research files must be erased. We must leave no chance that this terrible accident will ever be repeated.
Doctor, you may be interested in the medical data file appended to the log.
Interesting. Dr. Marcus, does that mean Kirk is gonna get some?
Now that's interesting. There's more here. All of Dr. Marcus' research data on the Ouroboros virus. Let me see. Virus growth patterns. Pneumococcal mimic affecting Romulan Vulcan genotype. Alveoli involvement in... Boy, Jim, this bug works fast.
Is this really the time to catch up on your reading, Doctor?
Now listen here, you pointy-eared...
Gentlemen, I think we have more pressing problems.
Jim, there is an appended medical database online. Also, it would be useful for me to experiment on how the virus grows in the presence of different gases. I'm sure the station has the necessary equipment.
You just have Spock fart on it? Is that what you want?
There's nothing there requiring a ship's doctor.
Very well. Let's make sure there's nothing else in the room that we need to do yet before we leave. As we look around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely. How do we walk? Well, I can understand why the Romulans are mad if they think we're making something to destroy all of them.
This is a large refrigeration unit.
Why are you hiding back there, redshirt?
Ensign Ferris doesn't know much about chemical formulas.
What are you doing back there, bro?
This level appears deserted, sir, but I'm worried about a Romulan counterattack. They outnumber us.
This is a very well-equipped laboratory, Captain. Perhaps Dr. McCoy could be of some use here.
Jim, this lab is incredible. What I wouldn't give to have some of this equipment on the Enterprise.
When you're finished admiring all the equipment, Bones, maybe you can help us figure out what's going on here.
This is a distillator used to isolate specific compounds from raw material.
Alright, so we put raw material in there.
A device to accelerate neutrinos. Not much good for anything else.
Oh, the device is sad. It's like, oh, I am good for other things.
This is a large engineering safety door with heavy shielding. Its entry codes seem to be breached. This chamber is where virus samples are placed. This is a research lab with
Alright,
This is a standard door leading to another room on this deck.
Alright, I guess Dr. McCoy, I need you to check some of this stuff out, please.
I certainly see nothing there calling for a ship's doctor. I certainly see nothing...
Alright, what about Mr. Spock?
I don't have the proper medicine to cure him, Jim.
Wait, there's something wrong with Spock? Did he get the disease?
The virus affects the Romulan Vulcan genotype, Jim.
Uh-oh. Then why did we take him with us?
A Crygelian-2 basic compound distillator. Excellent piece of equipment for reducing complex materials to their basic compounds. A Hawking neutrino accelerator. It is one of the finest in production today. Residue of a viral agent is still within the chamber. I fail to see the logic in that action, Captain.
Alright, what is in here?
I fail to...
Sorry. Quit judging me, Spock. I hit the wrong button. What do you think, Redshirt?
This room is very defensible, Captain. If things get nasty, we may want to retreat to here.
Oh, you want to get nasty, Lieutenant Ferris? Behave.
Go bother Spock. This is the kind of place he likes.
This is an outstanding facility, Captain.
You get no response.
Well, gentlemen, I believe this equipment may be of some use.
Alright, what do we have around here?
This is a synthesizer used to combine and replicate chemicals and form new compounds. This particular model has twin gas feeds. This is a synthesizer. This is the door to the synthesis chamber.
In principle, Captain, this device is quite simple. When this chamber is empty and gas tanks are attached, it will combine the gases to make new compounds. If chemicals are placed in the chamber, the machine will combine them with the gases to create new materials.
Next, he'll tell us the DNA molecule is simple.
Compared to many molecular models, it is, Doctor.
I rest my case.
A gas tank marked O2. A gas tank marked H2. An RDAC 1000. The last word in molecular replication, one of the most advanced pieces of scientific equipment ever constructed.
It would take us several hours to get this machine working, Captain. I do not believe we will need it. The synthesis chamber should be able to give us what we need.
But what do we need, Mr. Spock?
Beep boop.
Nothing happens.
I fail to see the logic in that action, Captain. I fail to see the logic.
Alright, so we...
Nothing happens.
Oh, I bet you we need to get a sample of the virus. Oh, where was it? Dr. McCoy, can you get a sample of the virus? Somewhere around here I thought there was one.
This device is used for the rapid reproduction of virus cultures in the presence of suspected anti-agents.
I certainly see nothing there calling for a ship's doctor.
Well, we need a sample of the virus, don't we?
There's nothing there requiring a ship's doctor.
Mr. Spock? He does have the disease.
Mr. Spock is thinking about chemical formulas.
This is a very well-equipped laboratory.
Dr. McCoy, I need you to get another reading on him.
He's infected with the virus, Jim.
So how do we get that out of him?
There's nothing there requiring...
Mr. Spock, why don't you go lay on that?
A Crygelion 2 basic compound distillator. Excellent piece of equipment for reducing complex materials to their basic compounds.
Okay, don't go lay on there. We don't want to reduce Mr. Spock to his most basic compounds. That could be bad.
Please select subject file. Ouroboros virus. Ouroboros virus. Atypical growth patterns for L-type virus. Opportunistic pneumococcal mimic affecting Romulo-Vulcan genotype. Etiology: contact or airborne vector with alveoli microcollapse. Involvement immediately upon exposure. Tissue dehydration follows pneumal flooding. Mortality: 0.6 in 1.0 stardates. 1.0 within 2.0 stardates treatment, none. Named for the mythic world snake that swallows its own tail. Please select subject file. Ouroboros virus TLT nitrous ammonia dihydrogen exit. Date Ouroboros TLTDH gas. The chemical compound. Tantalum, bilithium, phthalo, dihydroxide. Colorless, odorless, non-flammable, gaseous at 1 atm, and temperatures within a human norm. Early anesthetic among Vulcans and Romulans, in whom it produces laughter, feelings of exhilaration, euphoria, sometimes leading to unconsciousness. In post-industrial pre-spaceflight era, a social problem evolved when crude TLTDH became popular to cook up from non-conductive tantolithial compounds commonly used as electrical insulation. Please select subject file. Ouroboros virus.
So is that like Romulan meth?
Nitrous oxide. A colorless non-flammable compound. N2O. Gaseous at 1 atm and temperatures within a human norm. Early anesthetic among humans, in whom it produces laughter, feelings of exhilaration, euphoria, sometimes leading to unconsciousness. Please select subject file. Ouroboros nitrous ammonia. A colorless pungent compound, NH3. a common byproduct of metabolism in carbon-based life forms. Liquid or gaseous at 1 atm. Compounds widely used in agricultural, medical, and industrial applications. Please select subject file, Ouroboros virus.
Alright, so I don't know if any of that's going to help us or not. It's got to.
Nice view of the Romulan ship. How comforting.
Exactly, Bones. Let's roll. Star Trek out! Can we open this?
This is a large refrigeration unit. This refrigerator has a number of specimen dishes inside.
Bones, what can you make of those?
One Starfleet issue...
Yeah, I meant to use it, not tell me about the tricorder.
There's nothing there requiring...
You take the Ouroboros virus culture.
Alright, so now we've got what we really want.
It's what I was afraid of, Jim. I think Spock is getting worse.
That's not good! Can we look at our inventory?
One Starfleet issue medical kit.
I'm really good at clicking things today.
There are many virus culture dishes, all of them labeled Ouroboros virus. Danger.
Alright, so obviously we need to use some gas stuff on it. Ooh, can I take that giant wrench?
It's a standard adjustable metric socket wrench.
The thing is huge compared to them. Yoink!
You pick up a large wrench. This is a service access panel permitting used up or worn materials to be replaced. Turbines of a Cochrane 500 class fusion drive, manufactured over a century ago on Alpha Centauri.
I didn't realize that they use these old fusion reactors anymore.
Actually, Doctor, as Mr. Scott would tell you, the Cochrane 500 is renowned for its reliability and perfectly suited for a station of this size.
Hey, this thing's real old, isn't it?
Ferris, you're not exactly the brightest bulb, are you? Can you open that Spock for us?
The panel opens. You see a gas tank labeled N2 with its feed lines running deeper into the wall.
Let's use the wrench on that. Obviously we need this because ammonia was one of the things that was mentioned.
The tank detaches easily.
I guess this made it easier to replace the tank every so often, eh, Captain?
Shut up, Ferris.
The tank is too heavy to move by muscle alone.
Ferris, can you do it? You can be our donkey. Carry it for us.
He looks at you with a puzzled expression.
Ferris, you're useless. I wish you would have died like Everett's did. I'm not bitter. Everett's was better than you. Alright, so we do have a sample of the virus. And I think this machine is 4 virus samples.
That nozzle is for anti-agents only, Jim.
Oh, so we have to make some anti-agents and put it in there. I got you. Hey, what's your name? Open that. He's probably like, my name's not what's her name. Oh, I bet that's what I was looking for.
A small field effect anti-gravity unit useful for moving things too heavy to lift and carry by muscle alone.
Perfect. Get that. Out of my way, redshirt. Kirk needs to grab this.
You take the anti-grav unit.
Alright, so what we need is to go get that nitrogen. I'm still not sure the exact formula of what we're supposed to be making, though. Alright, let's use this on the nitrogen. We can make laughing gas and just have a party.
You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank. It can be moved freely.
It sure beats hauling it around on our back, sir.
Shut up, Ferris. You were supposed to haul it around on your back, you dweeb. I want a reading on these, Mr. Spock. on these generators.
The fusion reactor is functioning at peak efficiency. There is no need to tamper with its current operation.
Mr. Scott might disagree with you, but he's not here, so whatever. Let's go make some drugs, bitches. So we can make water. I'm not sure actually what we should put in there.
The virus has spread to me, Captain. I suggest you concentrate your efforts on the problem.
What do you think I'm doing? Honestly, Spock.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
He has weak vital signs.
No, Spock, you can't die! Shit butts.
Gas feed is on.
I don't know if that's what I meant to do, but you know what, Spock? Just synthesize some stuff.
The machine synthesizes a liter of pure water.
A clean drink of water, but I don't see its application in the context of our difficulties, Captain.
Maybe I'm thirsty. You think about that, Spock?
You take a 1 liter container of pure water.
Alright, let us... Oh, what do we need to remove...
The can looks much too heavy to carry, sir.
Oh, shut up! You're as bad as Everett. Alright, let's use the anti-grav thing on the oxygen.
I would not recommend removing the canister without turning off the valve.
Why, Mr. Spock? I don't care. It's not my gas.
Nothing happens. Gas feed is off.
Alright, so now we use the anti-grav thing on the oxygen.
You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank. It can be moved freely.
And now let us apply the nitrogen.
You install the gas tank to the synthesizer's feed lines.
Let us use the wrench on it.
Gas feed is on.
Make some ammonia, Mr. Spock.
The machine synthesizes a liter of ammonia.
I hope you don't want me to swap the deck with that, Captain.
I think we can set this aside and not worry about it.
I'm gonna make you drink it, you dweeb.
You take a 1 liter container of ammonia.
Now what do? We've got ammonia and we've got water. What was the other thing it can make? The one thing the TDL gas needed was it needed ammonia? Or did it just need water? Crap, I don't remember now. Alright, Dr. McCoy, can you use the virus sample now on this device?
That nozzle is for anti-agent.
Oh, okay, can we use ammonia? Which one was the ammonia?
This blue-gray container...
Dr. McCoy, can you try that?
Eureka, this is it, Jim. There's not much, but all I need to do is synthesize some more, and we're in business.
Can you grab that?
You retrieve the Ouroboros cure sample.
So how do we cure Mr. Spock, then? Mr. Spock, eat the sample.
Jim, we need to synthesize more to make a serum before we can use it.
Okay, sure. I'm trying to figure out, maybe you've all figured it out ahead of me, what machine I need to use the thing on. I don't mean
this
my
is
wiener.
a synthesizer.
There we go, that's gotta be it, right? Give me the damn ammonia. Yoink.
You take a 1 liter container of ammonia.
I know I did. Wait, Dr. McCoy, I want you to use the cure sample on...
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Fascinating, Captain. But it doesn't appear to get
Shut up, Spock. We're gonna figure this out. Alright, so Kirk put it in the thing there. That sounded wrong. The alien lady thing. We put the cure sample there. See now if Dr. McCoy can work a way to synthesize it into a cure. It is! Give me that hypo!
You take the hypo with Ouroboros toxin cure.
So really we just needed ammonia?
Game over. Load a previously saved game.
Fuck you, game. Fuck you. We were right there with the hypo. Right there with the hypo. Are you kidding me?
Restart the game.
No, we're not.
Quit the game. Restart. Load a previously saved game.
Do you believe that? We're like right there, ready to end it, ready to give it to him. I take too long because I'm talking. They're like, he died. Mr. Spock's dead.
You take a 1 liter.
Yeah, we're going faster. Alright, Dr. McCoy, hurry up. Get this synthesized so we can give it to the good Mr. Spock. Can't believe they just like curled over.
You fail to obtain. You fail to obtain.
Out of the way, Kirk, or it's gonna all happen again.
You take the hypo with oil.
No, we don't even have time. Here's the hypo. Use it on Mr. Spock.
There. You're now cured.
Thank you, Doctor.
Finally, a human response.
Mr. Spock raises an eyebrow. I would have loved to have seen that Star Trek episode. Oh, Mr. Spock, I've got your hypo here to cure you. Give me just a moment. You know, today, I was reading a book. He tumbles over dead. Mr. Spock, no! You were the Spockiest. Alright, so we have a cure for the disease. What do we do now?
This is an outstanding facility, Captain.
Go bother Spock. This is the kind of place he likes.
Is it now? Well, what are the points of these two things? Now let's open up the ventilation shaft.
The vent is now open.
Well, let's go into it. Can we... Mr. Spock, would you... no, Richard.
The shaft is too small to crawl.
Alright, it's too small to crawl through. Is there like some sort of knockout gas we could make? There was something about laughing gas for Romulans, right? Oh, that was the dilithium
panel permitting
thalodihoxide.
You fail to obtain turbines of a Cochrane 500 class.
I didn't realize it.
Actually, Doctor.
Hey,
This is an engineering access panel allowing repairs to be made to the interior wiring in the equipment.
That took me forever to find. That's good old-fashioned pixel hunting there. I edited a little bit of that out. I wandered all over the place like there's gotta be something I'm missing here.
The panel is open. You see vast quantities of dust and stripped insulation from wiring repairs made to the console in the past.
Sweet, I want that, I guess. Yoink.
You grab a handful of insulation.
Alright, so there's one machine we haven't used yet. The one that I wanted Mr. Spock to get into that would have broke him down to his most basic components. Can I walk out of here? Thanks.
You have distilled a quantity of polyberyl carbonate.
Alright, so to make that gas stuff, we need tantalum bilithium thalodihydroxide. So the water part's not hard, the dihydroxide. Let us use the wrench to close these.
Gas feed is off.
Let's use the hover Tron.
Nothing happens.
No, I want the tank.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Kirk, move your giant head out of the way, please. Thanks.
You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank. It can be moved freely.
Alright, now let's add the oxygen.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Ah, quit freaking out, yo.
You install the gas tank to the synthesizer's feed lines.
I'm sure there's a lot of times where Captain Kirk was like, stop freaking out, yo.
Nothing happens. Gas feed is on.
Alright, the only other thing we have is the... Where is it? This stuff. Which is... the polycarbonates.
This container contains polyberyl carbonate, produced from insulation.
So if it was like the medical stuff we did, maybe it goes in here? Alright, Mr. Spock, can you create... Oh, let's have, actually Kirk walk out of the way, so we can see what's going on. Now we'll see if I did it right. My hopes are not high. Oh!
The machine synthesizes 1 liter of TLTDH gas.
An unusual compound, Captain. It can induce laughter and feelings of exhilaration in some, much the way nitrous oxide affects humans.
It doesn't affect Vulcans, of course.
Actually, Doctor, both Romulans and Vulcans suffer its effects.
Why, that's just dandy. Vulcan laughing gas.
Please, Doctor, this is not a laughing matter.
But it is. That must be hell for Vulcans, though.
You take a 1 liter container of TLTDH gas.
I'll tell you what I take. Alright, we're gonna throw... Obviously, I'm sure by this point, you guys have all figured... What I figure is that we throw it down that ventilation shaft, and then we climb down the ladder, hopefully to see incapacitated Romulans that just can't stop laughing at how hilarious we are.
I don't suppose you'd enjoy the psychological release of a few good belly laughs, Spock. We could open the canister right here, if you like.
I would strongly recommend against it, Doctor.
Alright, let us go to our inventory. Here goes nothing. Let's use our laughing gas and throw it down there. I don't know how quick we have to be on this.
With a hiss, the Romulan laughing gas billows down the vent. Things are strangely quiet below.
Alright, let's run. Mr. Spock, you might start laughing when we get down there. We've got to cure those guys, because they're gonna have the same illness as Mr. Spock. Can we go down the ladder instead of just staring at the ladder? Use the ladder! Can you... Seriously? Use the damn ladder! It's right there! Can you please just go down the ladder? That's gotta be the way down. I mean... You're almost there. Can we use the ladder? Is that the thing we have to use? No, 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 don't go! Damn it. I never saw that happen in this show. Alright, Mr. There we go. So we used the guy on the ladder. Okay. Oh, shit, shit. Use the hypo on these guys. Good job curing them, Mr. McCoy. Dr. McCoy, sorry.
The Romulans stir weakly, then begin to get up. They've all been cured.
They're severely dehydrated, but they'll live. We got to them in time.
Alright, let's open the door there.
Nothing happens. This door leads into another section of the base.
How do we open it? Can we talk to the prisoners?
Hey, would you please untie us?
Jim, it's you. Please untie us.
Ooh, Dr. Marcus is gonna get some. I will momentarily, but the first thing we're gonna do... Well, actually, we will.
Thank God it's you, Jim. I'm so glad you came.
It's not the first time she's said that, if you know what I mean.
It's about time someone got here.
Thank you for saving our station, Jim.
No problem. Alright, Dr. McCoy, save this Romulan.
The Romulan Preax stirs weakly, then begins to get up. He has been cured.
He's severely dehydrated, but he'll live.
What's up, bro?
I have called off the Romulan attack on this station, Kirk. I believed your virus was some kind of deliberate attack, but your great honor and compassion have convinced me otherwise.
You also conducted yourself in the most honorable fashion, Centurion Preax. You may return to Romulan space without Federation interference. I assure you, the Federation would never undertake such a foul program. It was all an accident, right, Dr. Marcus? Save it for someone who's buying Preax. Leave Federation space immediately or we'll scatter your atoms across the quadrant. You also conducted yourself in the most... I assure you, the Federation would never undertake such a foul program. It was all an accident, right, Dr. Marcus?
I liked the one where we're like, suck it, dude, but I think we gotta admit it was an accident.
Absolutely. We've already destroyed all cultures and purged the data files. This will never happen again.
You are an honorable adversary, Kirk. Jolon true.
You are also a worthy opponent, Preax. May you live long and prosper.
Mr. Spock raises an eyebrow. What, I can't say that? Only your people gonna say that, Mr. Spock?
You'll never cease to amaze me, Jim.
Goodbye, Carol.
Goodbye, Jim.
Well, gentlemen, let's go home.
I did her. That's what Captain Kirk's thinking. Bye, Romulan. You can live here now, I guess. Hey, Mr. Kyle, we're back. We had an adventure. What'd you do?
Message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have read your report on the problems at Ark 7 and evaluate your performance at 95%. You and your crew received 3 commendation points. The top brass at Starfleet are impressed. Outstanding work, Jim.
I wonder if I'll see Carol again.
Well, if you don't, you can always drown your sorrow in some Romulan ale.
That's illegal, Bones.
Tell that to the Romulans, Jim. I found a whole case they brought on board the Ark 7.
It'll never replace Scotch, Captain.
That it won't, Mr. Scott.
I love how McCoy stole their booze. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.